Hello folks, it's that time again. Yes, that time where I almost miss Memphis Wrestling. A new one's due out tomorrow, and here I am talking about it today. It's a rather good episode. There are some issues with it, which I'll tell you as I go along. But the thing is that Memphis always wears its heart on its sleeve, and so there are bound to be some situations that I need to comment on at some point. But leading off with Mike Anthony and saying, well, you know, it's an open challenge, it is the best way to go. Now, with an open challenge, you're never going to get, well, unless you've got an unlimited budget, you're never going to get, well, look who it is. You know, it costs $100,000, but here he is. You are going to get that sort of, oh, it's Bobby Ford, as it is this week, who we've seen before, and I tended to think, yeah, but what you do get is he's having a bloody good go, folks. And Mike Anthony is such a good seller. That's what people seem to forget with wrestling. It's not about the offense, it's about the selling of that offense. And he is one of the best in the business. He works in a different way and at a different level to so many other wrestlers. And that is why this is so good. That is why. There's a handshake to start, and then a big wide, huge wide forward shots and a roll-up, but Mike Anthony's back with a chop, which, according to Dustin, who's there with his lovely Maria, not my lovely Maria, his lovely Maria, let's make that clear, knocked Bobby Ford's nipple into the front row. That's great. I love that. Love it. And I love that Maria doesn't like that very much. Love it. Anyway, there's a Mike Anthony backdrop and a belly-to-back suplex. He wants to do that on the apron. It's countered, and there's a drop kick through the ropes, and Mike Anthony's on the outside. He tumbles to the outside. Then there's a really nice forward neck breaker for a long 2 count and a headlock, which is worked. A short clothesline for a 1 count and another headlock, which is also worked. He then hits a tornado bulldog. I don't think I've ever seen that before. And Mike Anthony's selling this incredibly well. He then tries for the genetic dream. Doesn't manage it. And Mike Anthony is standing there looking at him as if to say, how dare you? It's brilliant. Just stares at him, throws him around the ring, hits the brainbuster, done. It's rather good. And Zay Washington then attacks him with a chain, and Bobby Ford steps in to help him. Zay Washington versus Mike Anthony would be a superb match, and I suspect they're going to take the title off Mike Anthony. But the match would be just stupendous, as opposed to this match, which is not great. I like Ray Sanders a lot. Ray Sanders. I like Eli Knox, the gold standard, a lot. It's just not, doesn't take flight, this one. I like that Ray's Rana, Hurricane Rana, very tough. And Eli Knox has to bail from that. It's a drop kick through the ropes, and then a roll through shotgun drop kick, which is lovely. But when he gets to the ropes, Knox picks him off there and kind of crumples with him. I think it was meant to be a suplex, but they didn't really get it. He then works the leg. There's a snap suplex from Eli, which is lovely. Some mounted punches, but Sanders is back with the back elbow, a flying back elbow actually. And then Knox hits a kind of stroke, you know, the Jeff Jarrett finishing manoeuvre, that kind of thing. Won't cover him. Misses the running knee because he set himself up for that. And then Sanders hits what's called the X-ray vision. It's a terrible name for a kind of springboard flatliner sort of thing for the pin. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't brilliant. And also not brilliant is this Wolf promo. We've seen this several times over the last few weeks. Brother Bruce, in a kind of Volthan type way. You've got a narrative or a narration that's done by Sister Asa. You can't really do it, and I wouldn't expect her to. But it doesn't really sell it, and that's a shame. Now, Special Forces versus the Disorderlies. I'm not really very keen on the Special Forces. You know, what they call James and Jason, aren't they? The Disorderlies are supposed to be masked, and you can't tell who is who. One is significantly bigger than the other, and there's another reason why you could tell them apart. More of that in a minute. But you get a James headlock, which is worked, a disorderly punch and a heart attack, as you know, the mounted clothesline, as Dustin says. The Disorderlies, of course, would do that, and there's a tag to Jason, which the ref didn't see, and the Disorderlies, while they're talking to the ref, the Disorderlies switch, and then they roll up I think it's James, for the pin. The referee didn't notice that they'd switched, but one of the disorderlies is bigger than the other, and one wears a totally different shade of blue on the scrubs. So one of the scrubs is dark blue and one's light blue. So you're kind of going to notice, aren't you? You have to go with it, don't you, sometimes? But that was an issue for me. Now, Gio Savage is facing Vashon Harvey. Jake Brewer, who's their interviewer, fresh-faced lad, fresh-faced, is with Vashon Harvey. He says, will you bounce back this week? Vashon doesn't like that. And Oso looks different. He's so suave, apparently. He looks different. Doesn't look like the Oso we had the other week. Like, is that just me? Or is it a new bloke? I think we should be told. Anyway, it's probably me. Maria doesn't appreciate Dustin's shoulder shuffle because he's doing it to her. He's locking eyes on her and doing his shoulder shuffle. It's not good, but it's very funny. There's a short clothesline from Gio and a belly-to-back takedown, and then Oso has to pull the leg, which leads to Vashon hitting a drop kick on that distraction and some kicks. But Gio Savage is back with the Death Valley driver for the pin. It was too short, but it wasn't bad. And this is the reason why we've had it. Arthur Logan is your ref. And Vashon's not very happy. Oso's trying to stop this, but he pushes him, slaps him, pie faces him, the ref shoves him, and then there's a very poor Arthur Logan pounce, but Vashon Harvey gets the kick in, and the refs are in to help. He's got a Boston Crab on him, all of that. Maria, during this, and she really shouldn't have done this, I don't think, says, I've seen this movie before. And yes, we have. Didn't say it like that, but I felt that way. It's a wrestling trope, isn't it? Seen it before. I mean, look at, can I mention 3 words to you? Dangerous, Danny Davis, and many more, and Little Nate, many more, Evil Earl. We're going to get a referee wrestling, aren't we? Now, they were all bad guys, but we have seen this before. But it's familiar, and that's one of the reasons why Memphis works. Now, this is rather good. It's Carlito versus Aaron Roberts, and BK, Derek King, is on commentary and seems to agree with what I say, which is, nobody spits in the face. That's not cool. No, it's not. It's not cool to spit chewed apple into somebody's face. That's not a face move. It's a heel move, that. And even when he did it in the WWE, and I remember it being by the WWF then, I think. I remember thinking, I'm not really keen on that. But anyway, he's all right, actually. Aaron Roberts has obviously got the size advantage, but not the muscle advantage, but certainly the power advantage. Throws him down. Carlito works a headlock, but can't put Aaron Roberts down. Nearly does it with a drop kick, and there's a drop kick through the ropes. There's a low bridge, and Roberts goes over the top. There's a drop kick through the ropes, and then Aaron Roberts really sells the woozy head after he's been introduced to the steps. Just in case he's there to grab the foot, and Carlito walks into a crossbody. I mean, that he can get up at all is extraordinary for a man of his size from Aaron Roberts. He is very impressive. Gets a 2.999 recurring for that. Carlito then tries to lift him, couldn't even shift him, gets him up, but as in a kind of Hulk Hogan versus Andre move, can't pick him up, and Roberts collapses on him, and he lands on top of him and gets a 2.999 out of that. But then he goes up for a kind of standing banzai drop. Doesn't go up, he sort of standing banzai drop, or a kind of senton if you like, misses it, and there's a basement drop kick from Carlito, and he puts him down, but only for 1.5 count. That's got to be frustrating. He goes up for the problem bomb, does Aaron, misses it. There are some Carlito shots and a knee lift. He tries to knock him down, and a flying clothesline actually gets Roberts down. Then there's a sort of cartoon run. Okay, here I come. I'm going to run right into a goozle. And he does. Carlito just running into, ha ha ha, here I come. It's a bit weird. But he hits a thrust kick, and there's a ref bump. Yes, of course there is. Just in case. Then he gives an apple to Roberts, who of course wants to blow it into the face of Carlito because he spat it into JC's face last week. But of course he gets out of the way and just in case takes it in the face. And he uses the kerfuffle to get the roll up and the pin, does Carlito. Now, Aaron Roberts' shocked face was just superb at the end of that, and it had some fantastic moments, Memphis Wrestling. It really worked this week. Some bits I thought, yeah, and I could see longer matches, and I've been saying this for a while, because those people can really wrestle. We don't need that much packed in. You could have an extra few minutes on two of the matches, and that would be even better. But that main event and that first match worked so well, and there was some fun in the middle as well. Ta-ta.